At 7 years old, I was sent off to boarding school in England. "You're going home," my parents said. But this is home, I thought. I remember with great sense of excitement as the whole family packed up our belongings on the plantation and made our way down to Singapore docks to start the sea voyage to England. It was to be a magical journey. Our first stop, elephant rides in Colombo. Then on we sailed to Bombay, now Mumbai, to experience the amazingness of India for the very first time. Onwards we sailed across the Arabian Sea, listening to tales of Sinbad the sailor, then gliding up the Suez Canal, haggling with the gully men as we heard the calls to prayer across the desert sands. We entered the Mediterranean Sea at Port Said and made our way past the Rock of Gibraltar to the Tilbury Docks, England. It was a foggy day, and overnight I felt as if I had landed on an alien planet. Once in England, preparations began in earnest for boarding school, and before I knew it, I was saying a tearful farewell to my parents, who I wouldn't see for a year. As the school door went bang, my heart went bang. I felt numb with fear, unable to speak up for myself, and no one was listening anyway. Looking back, what gave me a form of escapism and moments of great joy and peace during those difficult early days at school were two gifts that I cherished. The first was a small globe my father gave me so I could look at home, Malaya, on the map, and remember our sea voyage and all the places we'd seen together. I called this globe my world. I would look at it endlessly, spin it round, and trace our route with my fingers. The other was a gift my mother had given me. It was a small treasure box, and it came from a side street vendor in Singapore. And in it I kept 7 brightly coloured make-believe jewels made of glass or paste, representing all the colours of the rainbow, as my mother was teaching me the colours of the rainbow. And wrapped up in a small piece of golden cloth was my prize jewel, a glittering glass diamond. Every night in our dormitories we were allowed some quiet time before lights out. This was the best time of the day for me. I would place my world on my bed, spin it round a few times, and then open the lid of my treasure box and look at all my beautiful glass jewels, polishing each one as I was told to do, in turn to prevent homesickness from taking hold. As I was polishing my jewels, I'd start to imagine myself having wonderful and exciting adventures. Flying on a magic carpet across the Arabian Peninsula, riding on a tiger's back in Rajasthan, sailing the 7 seas in a boat with billowing sails. But in all my adventures, I would always be wearing my jewels. When it was time for lights out in my dormitory, I would carefully place all the jewels back in the treasure box, and as a last treat, I would dive under the covers with my little torch, holding my wonderful diamond up to the light and seeing that it reflected all the colours of all the jewels, all the colours of the rainbow. And I would make a wish and drift off to sleep, to dream.